Good morning, all you freedom loving patriots out there. Craig Gibson here with Sons of Liberty, and this is Constitution Coffee and Service. And to get this one kicked off, I actually have to give a shout out and a big thank you to a man who we met through gun shows. Started as a customer, but became a friend. He was one of the ones who came down here for our grand opening, came all the way out from the Nashville, Murfreesboro area. Well, he got a hold of me last week and said to be watching the mailbox. He had sent me something. And he sent me a picture of the front side of this and told me something special had been done. So let me just kind of show you what he had sent me a picture of. So it's a tumbler. It says Obsessive Coffee Disorder, OCD, because he knows how much I love coffee. Obviously, we wouldn't be selling it if I didn't love it. But I wasn't sure what to expect when he said something special. And I don't know that you guys can see all the actual detail of this. So, of course, it's the Sons of Liberty logo on the reverse side. It looks completely amazing. Wow, honestly, I didn't realize it could do such great detail. He had this made through Mid-South laser engraving. I will put a link in the description below. So, Bo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate this, and I'm gonna be using it like crazy to, work on my OCD. All right, coffee of the week. This is Black Rifle Coffee's Murdered Out. Murdered Out is an extra dark roast, so if you like to walk on the wild side, this is the one for you. Extra dark roast, nice smoky flavor, great aroma when it's brewing up. If you're used to a light roast or a medium light roast, you might want to carefully approach this one, but it is very good. We got a lot of cool things coming up with coffee for the remainder of this year. Hopefully it'll translate into next year, but be watching for that. Definitely come in. We've got pretty decent selection of the Black Rifle coffee. Of course, we have our own coffee line, the Overwatch Coffee Shop line. As always, come in, sample, and pick your favorite flavor or flavors. We also have the 2-ounce sample bags available. All right, Constitution. We're talking about the 11th Amendment today. And in some ways, I could have put it with last week's amendments because it does have to do with the judicial system and law. But this one is much different because this one, by reading it, by understanding what it means, makes it feel like the states or the federal, the states in general, can get away with anything they want against individual citizens. But let's go with this. All right, so the judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens of another state or by citizens or subjects of any foreign state. So essentially what this means is individual citizens pretty much have no legal recourse when it comes to suing states. Now, that's not to say that a group of citizens can't come together for a common goal and file suit against their state or another state for violating constitutional or human rights. This one's pretty basic. It's really hard to fully understand because there's a lot of different interpretations of it. One way that it's interpreted is that the Supreme Court or the federal court would not hear a case against one of the states by individual plaintiffs. But it's also been interpreted that state courts would not hear a case involving federal law against said state. So it's really just kind of a mix of nobody really knows for sure. We can only look at what legal interpretations are of it and hope that they actually know what they're talking about, which again, lawyers I'm not a fan of. But anyway, next week we're going to be hitting on the 12th Amendment. 12th Amendment is pretty lengthy, but it's also very important, especially right now, given that this is an election year, especially for the President of the United States. Our service this week. You guys know what the average lifespan is of the American citizen? Approximately 78.54 years. Not a bad life, right? Now, do you know what the average lifespan of a police officer is in America? 57 years. That's scary, isn't it? I should put being a police officer into a whole new perspective. And you know, here's the thing, it's not just simply based on the fact that they're cops and they confront violence and evil on a daily basis. But the lifestyle of a police officer is not conducive to good health. And what I mean by that is the stress. Someone who is under constant stress and constant pressure has a greater chance of sleep disorders, cardiac disorders, heart disease, running the risk of stroke, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, things like that, running the risk of a heart attack. You got digestive disorders. When they're sitting in a car, they risk blood clots, especially in their lower extremities. Now, these are all things that just compound on top of each other and just really overall make it an unhealthy profession. And then to add on to all that, you've got depression, PTSD, the risk of being shot, the risk of being violently attacked, which we've seen a lot here, especially in 2020. We've seen too many officers being killed out there simply because they wear a badge and a uniform. We've seen a lot of officers attacked and severely injured, again, because they wear a badge and a uniform. Guys, we will always respect our law enforcement at Sons of Liberty. We will always respect our military, our firefighters, our EMS, and our country and our flag. And if you're not down with that, well, this is probably not the place for you. So definitely, guys, when you see a cop out there, thank them. Thank them for what they're doing. Let them know that you love them, that you support them, that you're happy they're there. Because as much as a lot of people would love to see us be self-governing, not have any police, not have, and in some cases not have any government at all, we have proven time and time again we cannot self-govern, we cannot self-regulate, and we cannot self-police. Because there's always at least one person who wants to be the head of the flock instead of a team player. So thank them. If you get pulled over, be courteous. Don't be a jerk. You may be having a bad day, they may be having a bad day. Two people having a bad day can equal a very chaotic situation. So if you get pulled over, be respectful, do what you got to do. Don't argue with them. That's what court's for. If you fully believe you were in the right, the officer was in the wrong, take it to court. That's where you make that argument. Not out there on the side of the road, not out there when tempers can get heated and bad things can happen. All right, guys, next week, 12th Amendment. Again, Bo, thank you so much. I'm loving it. As always, faith, not fear. Because fear is nothing but a liar. It will destroy your life if you let it. Be the kind of American worth the sacrifice that our military, our police, our firefighters, and our EMS are making every single day on your behalf. All right, guys, y'all take care. We will talk to you later.